So the next foundation data or the component which we will be discussing is grade. So grade is actually the relative rank or the label or the status of a worker. So whenever you work for any organization, you will see that you will often listen, the person is working on this grade, and this person is working on this grade. And you will also see that many organization doesn't have a grading concept. So they will have a job and they will not have any grade associated with a job or a position. So grades are very much useful when you are using a compensation module because each grade will have subgrades. So a single grade can have multiple steps like step 1, step 2, step 3, and each of the steps or the grade can have a compensation related elements like your annual bonus, like your salary, overtime. So whenever you are using a compensation module, grade play a very significant role in actually doing all the compensation or the salary calculation. So once you create a grade, again grade is a set enabled object. So you have to identify whether it is a common set or a specific reference set. And whenever you create a grade, grade can be further associated with jobs or grade can also be associated with positions. So we'll see how the association will work. In order to work to the grade, we have to go to our implementation project and there we need to type a task manage grade. I will search from this place. We can also search from this place, FSM. So let us search from FSM only. So this is a task manage grade. We'll click on this. So let's create a grade. Again, we'll have our grades created in our common set only and we'll create two grades. One is for US and for India. So the first grade name will be here grade US and we'll use a code tr underscore grade underscore US, and after that you can see various other fields like status and you have all those things. Their grades also have some legislative information. In case you want to enter, you can enter, you can skip it. Each grade can be created without steps or with steps. So if I speak about a step is nothing but subgrades. Suppose that there is a grade the software engineer. In that software engineer, there can be multiple steps like software engineer 1, software engineer 2, software engineer 3. So a person will start from software engineer 1, then the person will move to software engineer 2, then the person will move to software engineer 3. So these are steps in that software engineer grade. So we'll click on next. So in a grade step, let's create. So we'll create two grades, one grade without a step and one grade with step. So the US one will have a step. So we can say that 001. So it is a ceiling one. Yeah, grade. Step 2. So see, now our 2 has become the ceiling. So it will start like this. 1. So a person will complete the grade 001, then the person will move to the new grade step 002. Each of the grades will have a grade rate associated. So grade rate is nothing but it is actually your salary amount or a compensation amount or a bonus amount, and for each legislation. So you remember we have created two legislative data groups. So one was India legislative data group and for one was US legislative data group. So let's create a rate for them. So in this we'll select our legislative data group. So for me it was PR. Okay, so in this case we can give a grade rate name. So it will be and you can actually select whether it is a salary type or whether it is a bonus or whether it is an overtime, whether it has to be paid annually or hourly. So you can do all those things and we can select INR. Okay, click OK, and you can actually give an exact value or you can give a upper point or a middle point or a mid point. So whenever an HR hires an employee, So that HR will go to the grade and see that what is the maximum salary I can give to this person, what is the minimum salary I can give to the person. Or in case we have an exact value, then in that case, HR has to give the exact value for that position. So maybe like uh, give me, so we can give like 1 lakh rupees annually. And this time we'll create another grade rate for US. So I have just selected the legislative data group. 002. Again, it is salary annually. This time the currency is USD. Annualization factor will be 1 because we are directly entering the value and it is annual. So we don't need to convert into annual conversion. Now this will give maybe like annually maybe like $50,000. Let's see, click next. So see, now it is the review page. So we have created our grade. Grade is in common set. This grade is having two steps. Grade step 001, grade step 002. So whenever a person comes to this grade, the person has to first complete the step 001, then the person will move to step 002. When both the steps are complete, then only the person will move to some other grade. And 002 is the ceiling step, that is the topmost step. And this grade is having two grade rates, one for India, one for US. So for India, the salary for this grade, if a person works on this grade, the salary should be 1 lakh annually. And if a person is working in US, the salary should be 50,000 annually. So we have all the details entered and we'll click submit. So any question on this?
So can a person working on one grade have two LDGs like how we did it, or it was just for an example?
No, see, so maybe your grade is software engineer. Take an example. Software engineer can be in India, software engineer can be in US. But a software engineer in US salary will be different than India because the cost of living and many other things in US is very much high. So in India, the same person can earn like 50,000 a month or maybe like 6 lakh salary per annum. And in the same in US, the same person on the same grade can earn like $70,000 annually. So in that case, you have to identify two grade rates. One will be for India and one will be for US. Does that answer your question? You're looking for some foundation data. While creating a grade, you will go to this screen that is the grade rate. So let me try to correct. Okay, so there in this screen, you need to select your LDG first. Okay, and there will be an option or button, create new rate. Click on that and enter the data there.
So what is that first page which says grade legislative information in the first page?
See this. Okay, so whenever you create any foundation, just give some name like 00. This USA is very much confusing. Just give 001.
You're saying that you want to go next, or you want to do this legislative information here?
No. These legislative information are your flex field.
Okay.
So it is not a seeded one. Somebody has created on this instance. So we can leave it.
Here you are saying that we need to add steps here. So I think
You can also create a grade without steps if you want. Or you can also create steps.
I'm like, still we didn't get the concept of this step here. I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, so I'll take an example. Suppose that in an organization there is a great software engineer. Okay, and the software engineer, it is like grade 1.
Okay.
In grade 1 also, there can be multiple grades, like grade 1.1, grade 1.2. So suppose that in case you have a promotion, so your grade move from grade A1 to grade A2. Okay. But in that grade A1, a person has to serve for 3 years. First year, the person A1 will be level 1. Second year, if everything goes fine, level 1 become level 2. And third year, level 2 become level 3. So in that grade also, we have multiple subgrades, which you can also call steps. And once the person reach level 3, on the fourth year in case of promotion, the person will move to the next grade, that is grade A2.
So I can.
चलो ये जब से बुला रहे थे
And there you can either enter a exact value or you can enter a max minimum or a midpoint.
ज्ञान नहीं आया कुछ भी थे
So a person working on this grade can have 1,000 till 35,000. Yeah. So you need to select a legislative data group first. Select the legislative data group.
The thing is, the search is not coming down. I created, submitted it first. Then I added the grade step and all.
So in that case, you have an option grade rate value. So when you open the grade, there will be two tabs, grade detail and rate value. Just click on the second tab, rate value, and you can also add it from there.
You search these grades, right? So I know it's a common set. When we search into there, where we see our rates for one for US and one for India, we have to go to
In the
rate
rate
value.
value. Yep.
So here also we have to change to view for every time and we switch the legislative data groups.
No, just try switching it India.
Where is the search in the rate values?
From the drop down, in the rate value, just change the legislative data group to India.
Okay. So
Okay.
we
So
have
this is how it is coming.
everything. Okay.
See, suppose that you have created a grade in your organization and you are hiring a person to that position, okay? So, HR has a facility, or in compensation especially what we use is that whenever you do a hiring on that grade, it has a minimum value. So suppose that if you are hiring a person, a software engineer, and in for the legislative data group for a India localization. So in that case, the minimum value will be 25,000 per month, and the maximum can go till 50,000 per month. So the hiring of the salary of person will actually move between those values. So that is actually your minimum, maximum, and midpoint. What can be the salary value? So it cannot cross the maximum, and it cannot cross the minimum. Now, if you actually use the exact value, so in that case, system is saying that if you are hiring a software engineer in India location, then you have to give him 30,000 per month, or maybe 3 lakhs per year. So in that case, if you are aware about the exact value, then you will use the value option. In case you have to enter the salary values in the range, from this to this. So in that case, you will use the maximum, minimum, and a midpoint, which will be the between of the maximum and minimum. So does that answer your question?
Alright, here we are. See, I created this and see actually like what happened. I created this one, okay? Then I went and said, okay, edit to add the grid steps. So I added the grid steps. Then I want to add the legislative information. I'm not getting this here.
So this is the information which you can skip. It is actually a flex field. Scroll up,
Okay.
click on rate values. The second
Directly go
tab.
to that value. Okay.
So you can see that while creation of a grade, you did it. You haven't entered any rate values there.
Correct.
Okay. Now, if you want to enter a rate value, so system will not allow to do that from this place. So click on submit. We have another way to achieve this.
Well, what is this legislative data group just selected?
It is, we can scroll down. It will show all the legislative data group in the system. So you will find the legislative data group created by you in this list only.
Okay.
So whenever you are creating a grade rate, the grade rate can vary depending upon the country. So the system analyst salary in India can be different. The system analyst salary in the US will be different. So for each legislative data group, you have to associate a grade rate.
So you have to select the particular LDG, then save or submit, right? Yeah.
No. This screen will not allow us to edit now because this screen, the data will only appear when you have entered into the creation of a grade. Now, click submit. We'll go another way to achieve to enter the rate values for this grade.
Oh, okay. So I cannot get this basically.
No.
That's what you're saying.
So whenever you're creating a next one, you can enter the rate at that point. In case you miss entering the rate, then you cannot edit it by going to the edit page. Click done. Search for a task, manage grade. Now search for the grade which you have created. Not in this, you have to search in the grade box. You haven't created any grade rate, so it will not appear.
Oh, not here?
Not
Is it
here,
here?
the second box here. So this will give you that no result will be found because we have not created anything. Click search. Okay, so this is the way by which you can see whether you have created any grade rates in the system. In your case, it will be a blank result. Select the LDG. Select your LDG which you want. No, it is not the grade you have.
Okay.
Give some value there, maybe 10,000, 20,000, or maybe any value which you want in the value column. Okay, submitted.
Okay.
And the midpoint will be calculated. Click on submit. Now, as you missed creating a grade rate while you were actually creating a grade, there's another way to achieve that. So you can also go
Okay.
to the grade task, and you can again create a rate and attach to the grade.
Okay.
Now you can go to the task again, manage grade. Click done. Go to the task, manage grade.
I see what you say, like going and editing the grades, adding the legislative group, create this way, like add rates
Yeah.
and that. Okay.
Yeah, because system will not allow you to edit and add, because system only allows when you are creating for the first time.
Got you. Yeah.
Now try to search for the grade which you have created. So the new grade rate should appear in the rate value. So guys, this is another way to add a rate in case you missed adding a rate in the initial setup, or in case you are not clear about the exact amount or the value. So you can also come back and you can actually enter the rates for each grade.
So you can add as many as you want, right? Going back, just add the rate values and come back and attach it to this grade. Okay.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
just try to create another one, Lakshmi. Just try to create the second one, and this time try to enter the rate value at the time of creation only for both the legislative data group.
No, I have to go back, right? Yeah. Cancel.
So you have to create from this screen only. So this time we will create a grade, and while creating a grade only, you will enter the grade rate.
But not in this screen, right? Manage grade. I have to go back to the grade rate and create.
No, this time we'll try to create a new grade. So your grade is complete, creation of grade rate is complete. Now create another grade, maybe like system
new
manager.
grade.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And while creating the grade, enter all the details, including your grade rates and everything. Yeah. This grade will create without a step, will not enter any step. So it is a grade without a step. Click next. Now select your LDG, enter the rate, and again select the second LDG and enter the rate again.
This is for India or US itself, right?
Yeah. So you have to select for both of them one by one. Click create new rate. Give some name for your grade rate. Yeah. Click save.
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 Okay.
And change the LDG again, because again you have to enter for India also.
Say next one, right?
No. In the LDG, legislative data group, change.
Or just go to directly and create the LDG separately. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. For a different
Do the same step. Click create new rate.
so the same grades can be used. Okay.
So what we are doing is that same grade, if you are hiring a person on the same grade, for
Gotcha.
India the salary will be different, for US the salary will be different.
001, I'll say. And also the grade rate minimum. How much is the? I'll give 1.2. Let me be more generous here. Again, 175. Right?
So 1,75,000 annually in India, how much it is generous?
I don't know, you tell me. How much the SA gets? Is that correct or is it less?
Now it is generous.
Now it is okay? Alright. Make you happy. Okay, what is it? Submit?
Yeah, click submit.
So, Basically, you can add anywhere, like any legislative group, you can just add to the grade value, and you can you can create multiple tiers, basically, right?
Yeah. And these rates are actually very much used while doing the compensation module.
Okay,
So in compensation module, these grade and grade rates actually plays a lot of role.
got you. Okay, I see that.
This time, if you open your grade, under the rate value section, your grade rate will also appear because this time you have actually created them while creating the grade only.
This is what you want me to click, right? No, great details.
So you have to select the other grade which you have created, SA002, I think.
SS002?
This is the first grade you are actually selecting. So you created another grade right now. Yeah, this 002.
Yeah, I thought like that.
So in the rate value, if you see, you will see the rate which you have created. So this grade was without a step. So you can see the step information is blank. So in US, you are seeing the US rate. Just change it to India. Change the legislative data group to India. So you will see the India rate.